In today's Tactical Tuesday episode, I wanted to take a break away from the usual tactic of card strategy for a bit. With the restriction list hitting in just a few days, what powerful cards make their appearance in EX3? For this video, I go over a slew of cards in the set. In essence, think of this kind of like a set review. However, this video will be more specialized and look at primarily cards that will find their way into older decks. Decks that you thought had long been left behind in the dust, or even some of the newer ones. And if you enjoy these types of videos, do consider liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and hitting that notification bell for more future content. D-Brigade will be the first thing I tackle on the new set. With Missimon giving your Digimon reboot if you have another Digimon with D-Brigade in its traits, this will be a fora for me moving forward, as before if your Commandermon wasn't deleted because it swung into a Tamer or a memory boost, now it forces your opponent to out the chips with option cards or effects that delete or bounce. In addition, D-Brigade gains a lot of traction with a Decoy Commandermon, a Steals Dramon that has jamming and gives inheritable rush when a Commandermon is played once per turn, a Tank Dramon that's actually good with an inheritable that continues to build wider boards, and a new boss monster Dark Dramon to neatly tie up the package. Granted, OG Tank Dramon wasn't bad either. The downside was there just wasn't enough Commandermon for the deck to work. But now, there definitely is. With the new Dark Dramon, you also have the capability to return 5 D-Brigades to reduce the cost of the Digivolution by 1 for each one. Meaning its Digivolution can be free, and you've manipulated the top 5 for Tank Dramon's effect. Meaning if you still have enough Commandermons in reserve, you can also go into OG Dark Dramon for game. With Machine Dramon being yesterday's build, I'll be following it with the D-Brigade build next week. But on that note, Chaos Dramon won't be brought up on this video, mainly because I already talked about it in yesterday's Meta Monday episode. However, I still love this card as another option besides EX1 Machine Dramon. With protection from bounce, this card also gives you a little bit of safety for Digivolving. But in terms of my favorite red card in this set, I have to give it to Dorbickmon. This card doesn't care about colors for your Dragon, Dragonkin, Dinosaur, or Ceratopsian in terms of color. Meaning when you Digicross, you just need to have ways to have a bunch of cards in your hand. This is in essence a 3-cost on-play body that has Rush, and you can place 5 cards underneath it to give it a slew of effects. But I won't give away all the fun ideas for this just quite yet. As for Imperial Dramon in this set, I'm not quite sure how I feel about it, but we'll get there when we get there. Honestly, for blue and green, this set didn't impress me too much other than the potential DNA into Examon, the last Royal Knight, from 2 level 5s. I think it's neat, not requiring the level 6s going into this ridiculously powered Royal Knight. And the best part, with the restrictions of Crossheart hitting this week, we're definitely seeing signs of a fresh meta with new deck concepts. Yellow didn't have a particular card that stuck out to me. I'm not a fan of the 4 Great Dragons, but the concept was interesting to place into this card game, which will be a huge influence for next week's What If episode. But single cards for green? Pomumon really made my day, being a card that can literally suspend my opponent's Digimon. Any level Digimon if I target it with an effect that suspends it. Whether it be Digizorption or a when Digivolving effect from Agitarmon or Sunflowmon. Adding Hydramon into the mix, and Bloom Lordmon gets a lot of necessary buffs that make it better. But one Death Xmon can really ruin your day. Winding down to the purple cards, since I've already covered my favorite black cards of this set in the beginning, Gyomon, Growlmon, and War Growlmon bring about the possibility of a mill deck. While I haven't tested this yet, this is another deck in the woodworks to look into, but nothing concrete yet. Now to the last card that really stood out to me, Surai. Surai is another card that's going to do work for blue decks that go after the Digivolution sources. Blue Hybrid might make a comeback with this particular card, considering you strip from the top, not the bottom. Meaning those Melga X decks, Gaiomon, and Alphamon decks are going to lose 4 sources instantly if they run into this. But overall, the other option cards didn't really give me a vibe of, I have to run this, moving forward. Though what are your thoughts? Which cards did you look into EX3 that really caught your eye? Today's Tactical Tuesday episode is going to be a lot shorter than normal. I've had a lot on my plate in recent weeks, and keeping it with Digimon has also been a little tough on my end. Luckily, after the release of EX3, there won't be any more releases for Digimon until February. This'll give all of us, and our wallets, a breather. This is Digi-Panda, logging out.